Hi, I'm Marisol. Let's talk about power dynamics in cross-generational spaces. Get ready to discover practical strategies to create an environment that fosters collaboration, shared responsibility, and most importantly, mutual respect between youth and adults by implementing your own youth advisory or youth fellowship. In environments dedicated to learning, we understand power dynamics are always at play. They not only shape our teaching methods or how we design products, but also greatly impact our students' ability to learn. If you're here, it's because you are considering ways to redesign your classroom, your product roadmap, or your research agenda to be more inclusive. The co-design process is a collaborative approach that engages both youth and adults as co-designers to generate ideas, make decisions, and create solutions. Imagine this. It's 2 months from now, and you're actively watching and listening to students as they step into the role as co-designers, co-creating a professional learning workshop that centers their lived experience. It's 6 months from now, and youth will see the workshop in action, knowing that their input was used to redesign professional development that will enable future teachers to be better. When youth act as co-designers, young people feel empowered and valued, and that experience will influence their confidence in many spaces. So how can we actually make this a reality? My first tip is to recognize that language matters and it can shape the power dynamics between youth and adults. When we come into a session with a mindset where we know it all, young people can tell. That mindset translates into talking over youth, not sharing time, and more. This no doubt disempowers and disconnects young people. But there's a better way by embracing collaborative language such as, let's work together. What are your thoughts? You create spaces where youth feel like they belong and are valued. Carefully framing your language and noticing how you set the context and how you invite youth participation will ensure youth feel that they share power in your environment. Collaborative language instantly invites students to be active participants in their learning journey. We can create an inclusive environment that fosters mutual respect, equity, and active participation. Instead of shutting down our students' voices, we want to amplify them. Instead of limiting their potential, we unleash it. Second tip, in youth advisories or youth fellowships, the goal is simple. Get students talking. As the facilitator, you are their co-designer, supporting them through these thoughtful questions that ignite their curiosity and provoke deep reflection. This means that while you may share personal stories as a model, you want to give most of the time directly to youth. As most youth are paid to participate, learning how to express their thoughts is an important skill for them to practice. So picture this, a session buzzing with excitement as every co-designer actively participates. You watch as youth build off of each other's ideas. I love what Yadira said, and I think XYZ. Adrian, what about you? What did you get from that? By providing time and space for youth to lead each other and guiding reflective practices and dialogue, you create an environment where their voices are heard and valued. Encouraging participation from co-design learners, regardless of their background or experience, is key. When conducting virtual sessions, sometimes I'll tag a student through a private chat saying, I'd love to hear your voice, or modeling for others, I heard Luna say something very interesting. Did anyone else have a similar experience they'd like to share? You are setting the stage for transformative impact when students express their unique ideas, share their thoughts, and voice their opinions. Together, we create a community where students thrive, build meaningful connections, and embrace their autonomy. My last tip is to create an inclusive environment to understand your students' shared interests and values. Being intentional at the beginning, middle, and the end of sessions to ensure that there is enough time dedicated to relationship building. So here's how. Start by asking open-ended questions like, what are you most interested in or vibing with right now? What do you enjoy doing in your free time? Or what do you like to do for fun? Listen actively to their responses and encourage them to share their passions. Now, here's the magic. Identify common themes and interests among the students. For example, if music sparks their enthusiasm, leverage that. In the next session, find ways to incorporate music into the projects or discussions. By tapping into their shared interests, you create a learning experience that's engaging and relevant. This transforms your youth advisory or youth fellowship into a vibrant space of connection and excitement. Here's a recap. Redefining power dynamics is the key to an equitable and inclusive learning environment. Here are some of the practical strategies we've explored. Get students talking. Be their collaborator to support them through thoughtful questions and reflection. Embrace the co-design process and shared role as co-designers, empowering students to shape their learning experiences. Remember to tap into their shared interests, making learning relevant and engaging. By implementing these strategies, you can create a classroom where collaboration thrives and everyone actively participates. Thank you for joining us in this professional development video on redefining roles of youth and adults, sharing power in the classroom.